What is going on, everybody? This portion of the module is about how to fix your low kicks. If you're trying to kick to the head, but for some reason you keep getting stuck at hip height, we're going to go over everything. To kick higher, you have to open up your inner hip and strengthen your outer hip so you can actually get the range of motion and you're strong enough to lift your leg up there. Very simple concept. So let's just get straight into it. Simply get into a horse stance, and you want to, it's basically a wide squat down just like this. I have my hips, my feet at a diagonal angle, and squat down. Try to get your butt at least to 90 degrees. Boom. Just like this. Super simple way. And over time, you do this and get strong with it, you can go wider and wider and get more and more range of motion that you can actually use for your kick. You can even hold a weight or something that's just going to pull you deeper into this stretch. As you get, more warmed up, go wider and wider with the movement. Boom. Very simple. Another one that's very simple for opening up your groin are these kneeling hip extensions, where you get set up on the ground just like how I am, knees out wide, and you're going to come up with your hips and push your hips forward and back with control, just like this. Boom. Push your hip forward and back down. If you do these exercises like how I'm doing, you'll see what I'm talking about how this is going to really help open up your hips, which is the first step to actually improving your kicking height. I like to push with both my hands, my hips forward like this. Boom. Beautiful. If you have a chair or a bench, you can do something that we call seated good morning, one of my favorite exercises for exactly opening up your hips. You see how I have my legs about double shoulder width apart, and keep your back straight and hinge into this movement and then back out. You can put your hands behind your head just like this. And this is really going to help you sink deep into the stretch. So as you go deep, you're feeling your hips open, and then when you come out, boom, strengthening them as well. These are all going to massively help you increase your actual usable range of motion and open up your hips. And then the second concept is your outer hip. We can get started very simply with the outer hip by laying on the ground, having both legs like this, and simply lifting our leg up like this. Boom. Very simple and very basic. One of my favorite ways to make this a little more challenging, or interesting rather, lift the leg up, bend the knee, lift the leg even higher, and then extend. Boom. Now you're getting more usable range of motion. And you can even lay on the ground like this to get more range of motion. Boom. So you can really feel that. Boom. This one right here, one of my personal favorite. You can't go wrong with this. Boom. Every time you bend the knee, you lift it even higher because your leg is lighter. And then you extend and you get new range of motion on every repetition. So this one is really good, and anyone can start here on the very basic, laying on the floor. Boom. Very low chance of injuring yourself or anything with this one. Then I like to do another one where it's a little bit more challenging, but you can get multiple different aspects with it. It's kind of like a kneeling abductor raise. Put my leg out just like this. You want to feel a stretch on your groin, and then what you're going to do, lean here, keep your leg straight and lift it up like this. Boom. And hold this. Hold this for as long as you can, or if you're doing reps and sets, I like to hold it about 15 seconds. Boom. This one is good and different from the first one because your standing leg right here has to work to stabilize to keep you up. So you'll feel both legs working on this movement. Boom. Back down into that stretch with the groin. Now you're stretching the groin and you're strengthening the outer hip. So it's literally what we're talking about, the whole concept of kicking higher, getting strong on the outside, more flexible and open on the inside. This movement hits that perfectly. And then to really strengthen the end range on our outer hip, we can do something like an end range lift off. So this one, you want to find something to put your foot on and at your own level. Everybody's different. You can start at a chair, balance on your standing leg, simply lift and back down. Lift and back down. And if you want to hold on to something for balance, that's good because then you're just going to isolate this. You don't have to worry about balance, just worry about the strength on this outer hip. Boom. Of course, for me, this is not my end range. I could theoretically, let's go up to something like this. Boom. Okay, this is much more like an end range. I would like to hold on to something, but I don't have that. So boom. Now you're going to lean here, lift, boom, back down. Go here, lift, back down. Go here, lift, back down. And yeah, holding on to something when you go at your end range, I think is really good because then you're not really getting messed up with your balance. You're able to just isolate your muscles. So it will look like this. Boom. Just like that. Lift and hold for a few seconds. Lift. Boom. Perfect. Lift. Boom. Now we're getting strong in the true end range, and this is like a legitimate head kick. So this is perfect. Boom. See, my left leg is much weaker on this. Boom. I feel like my left leg is gonna cramp, which is very interesting, but not really surprising because my left leg is my weak leg. So for this one, I gotta drill my weak leg much more. Boom. Boom. And that's the beautiful thing about exercises like this is you can really tell with the end range liftoffs what leg is stronger, And of course, if you're a righty, you know that, okay, I kick better with my right. You know your left is worse anyway, but this drill your left leg, and your right one too. But if you want to catch up in that kicking height, this is one of the best ways to measure and actually do it. The last thing I wanted to mention about kicking height is it's not just about your abductor, outer hip, glute medius muscles. It's also your hip flexors. You need hip flexor strength to kick higher as well. So, boom, holds. You can do little circles like this. Boom, both ways. Boom. This is necessary if you want to have powerful and high kicks. You combine all these things together and you're going to get higher kicks. So this was just a short little breakdown, trying to get the basic concepts of if you want to kick higher, you have to open up your groin and strengthen your outer hip, as well as a little bit of hip flexor for sure. And hip flexors are absolutely crucial for actual power on your kicks as well. But in terms of how high it goes, the abductor is king. Still definitely want to hit your hip flexors. Don't disregard that. I'm not saying that, but you saw with that exercise right there, hitting hip flexors all around, really. So I appreciate you guys. Just trying to get these concepts for you guys to understand. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. Thank you very much. Live out of Thailand. Appreciate you guys.